Okay, there we go. Now that's working. Okay. Let's see if it's working here. All right. There we are. Okay. Yeah. A little bit late, but somebody should be here by now. Alright, where is that at now? Alright. Where's the live at? Why isn't it live? Oh my gosh. Can we get to the live? I don't know why I always gotta go through this when I do this. Am I on? Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. Wait. No, I want to be on Samsung. There we go. Streamed live 13 minutes ago. I'm live now. There I am, okay. Now, why isn't it going? Why isn't it going? I'm there. I don't get it. There it goes. Maybe. There it is. Oh, finally got the live one on. Wow. I don't know what's wrong with this sensitivity thing here. It's not working right. Okay, there it is twice now. Okay, now let's get going. Alright. Take me down out of here. At least the, take that off. There you go. Okay, now we can do the takes that long. Alright, now let's get going.
I would wait for you like the coast waits for the tide. You can stay lost if you need to, and if not, then I will find you and not hold like an anchor to keep you. 'Cause I've said my piece through coins at the sea, but what is wrecked below is crystal above, and I'd circle them all till you found your calm, whether it be with or without me. I felt you break and you crashed in the sinking in your chest, and I brave you every time. It's always the chase, the things we can't tame, crash become close at the end of the day, and I'll always fight time. You're sweet and you're brine, whether it be with or without me. Sweet and brine, I would brave you every time. Sweet and bright.
Well, I wanna write you a story, but I ain't got one to tell. One that's laden with hooks like you're reading a book, and it gets itself stuck in your head. is this guitar and a heart that's been broken in two. A few little songs, hope you'll all sing along and have a drink or two. As the band it plays and that music keeps calling our names. Who we are and who we're becoming is all about change. I know these stories won't leave us the same. Well, the world, it keeps on changing, but me, I stay the same. At least that's what I tell myself, so I've got somebody to blame. It's time to look in the mirror to the things we cannot see. If this world's gonna get any better, then it has to start with me. And the band, it plays. Yeah, that music keeps calling our names. Who we are and who we're becoming is all about change. I know these stories won't leave us the same. Well, we've all been caught up in the madness. We've all got stories to tell, 'cause we've all seen glimpses of heaven and walked through pieces of hell. But we're all still left here standing, and we won't be afraid, 'cause we're all in this together. I know these stories won't leave us the same.
Mark 6. And he went out from thence, and came into his own country, and his disciples follow him. And when the Sabbath day was come, he began to teach in the synagogue. And many hearing him were astonished, saying, From whence hath this man these things? And what wisdom is this which is given unto him, that even such mighty works are wrought by his hands? Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James and Joses, and of Judah and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us? And they were offended at him. But Jesus said unto them, A prophet is not without honor, but in his own country, and among his own kin, and in his own house. And he could there do no mighty work, save that he laid his hands upon a few sick folk, and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. And he went round about the villages teaching. And he called unto him the 12, and began to send them forth by 2 and 2, and gave them power over unclean spirits, and commanded them that they should take nothing for their journey, save a staff only, no scrip, no bread, no money in their purse, but be shod with sandals, and not put on 2 coats. And he said unto them, In what place soever ye enter into an house, there abide till ye depart from that place. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear you, when ye depart thence, shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. And they went out and preached that men should repent. And they cast out many devils, and anointed with oil many that were sick, and healed them. And King Herod heard of him, for his name was spread abroad. And he said that John the Baptist was risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. Others said that it is Elias, and others said that it is a prophet, or as one of the prophets. But when Herod heard thereof, he said, It is John, whom I beheaded. He is risen from the dead. For Herod himself had sent forth and laid hold upon John, and bound him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife, for he had married her. For John had said unto Herod, It is not lawful for thee to have thy brother's wife. Therefore Herodias had a quarrel against him, and would have killed him, but she could not. For Herod feared John, knowing that he was a just man and an holy, and observed him. And when he heard him, he did many things, and heard him gladly. And when a convenient day was come, that Herod on his birthday made a supper to his lords, high captains, and chief estates of Galilee. And when the daughter of the said Herodias came in, and danced, and pleased Herod and them that sat with him, the king said unto the damsel, Ask of me whatsoever thou wilt, and I will give it thee. And he sware unto her, Whatsoever thou shalt ask of me, I will give it thee, unto the half of my kingdom. And she went forth, and said unto her mother, What shall I ask? And she said, The head of John the Baptist. And she came in straightway with haste unto the king, and asked, saying, I will that thou give me by and by in a charger the head of John the Baptist. And the king was exceeding sorry, yet for his oath's sake, and for their sakes which sat with him, he would not reject her. And immediately the king sent an executioner, and commanded his head to be brought. And he went and beheaded him in the prison, and brought his head in a charger, and gave it to the damsel. And the damsel gave it to her mother. And when his disciples heard of it, they came and took up his corpse, and laid it in a tomb. And the apostles gathered themselves together unto Jesus, and told him all things, both what they had done, and what they had taught. And he said unto them, Come ye yourselves apart into a desert place, and rest a while. For there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat. And they departed into a desert place by ship privately. And the people saw them departing, and many knew him, and ran afoot thither out of all cities, and outwent them, and came together unto him. And Jesus, when he came out, saw much people, and was moved with compassion toward them, because they were as sheep not having a shepherd. And he began to teach them many things. And when the day was now far spent, his disciples came unto him and said, This is a desert place, and now the time is far past. Send them away, that they may go into the country round about and into the villages, and buy themselves bread, for they have nothing to eat. He answered and said unto them, Give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, Shall we go and buy 200 pennyworth of bread, and give them to eat? He saith unto them, How many loaves have ye? Go and see. And when they knew, they say, 5, and 2 fishes. And he commanded them to make all sit down by companies upon the green grass. And they sat down in ranks by hundreds and by 50s. And when he had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, he looked up to heaven, and blessed, and brake the loaves, and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And the 2 fishes divided he among them all. And they did all eat, and were filled. And they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments and of the fishes. And they that did eat of the loaves were about 5,000 men. And straightway he constrained his disciples to get into the ship, and to go to the other side before unto Bethsaida, while he sent away the people. And when he had sent them away, he departed into a mountain to pray. And when even was come, the ship was in the midst of the sea, and he alone on the land. And he saw them toiling and rowing, for the wind was contrary unto them. And about the 4th watch of the night he cometh unto them, walking upon the sea, and would have passed by them. But when they saw him walking upon the sea, they supposed it had been a spirit, and cried out, for they all saw him, and were troubled. And immediately he talked with them, and saith unto them, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And he went up unto them into the ship. And the wind ceased, and they were sore amazed in themselves beyond measure, and wondered, for they considered not the miracle of the loaves, for their heart was hardened. And when they had passed over, they came into the land of Gennesaret, and drew to the shore. And when they were come out of the ship, straightway they knew him, and ran through that whole region round about, and began to carry about in beds those that were sick, where they heard he was. And whithersoever he entered into villages, or cities, or country, they laid the sick in the streets, and besought him that they might touch, if it were but the border of his garment. And as many as touched him were made whole. Mark 7. Then came together unto him the Pharisees, and certain of the scribes which came from Jerusalem. And when they saw some of his disciples eat bread with defiled, that is to say, with unwashen hands, they found fault. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, except they wash their hands oft, eat not, holding the tradition of the elders. And when they come from the market, except they wash, they eat not. And many other things there be, which they have received to hold, as the washing of cups, and pots, brazen vessels, and of tables. Then the Pharisees and scribes asked him, Why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat bread with unwashen hands? He answered and said unto them, Well hath Esaias prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, This people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups. And many other such like things ye do. And he said unto them, Full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition. For Moses said, Honor thy father and thy mother, and whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, If a man shall say to his father or mother, It is Corban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. And ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother, making the word of God of none effect through your tradition which ye have delivered, and many such like things do ye. And when he had called all the people unto him, he said unto them, Hearken unto me every one of you, and understand. There is nothing from without a man that entering into him can defile him. But the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asked him concerning the parable. And he saith unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him? Because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. And he said, That which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within, and defile the man. And from thence he arose, and went into the borders of Tyre and Zidon, and entered into an house, and would have no man know it. But he could not be hid, for a certain woman, whose young daughter had an unclean spirit, heard of him, and came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. But Jesus said unto her, Let the children first be filled, for it is not meet to take the children's bread, and to cast it unto the dogs. And she answered and said unto him, Yes, Lord, yet the dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs. And he said unto her, For this saying, go thy way, the devil is gone out of thy daughter. And when she was come to her house, she found the devil gone out, and her daughter laid upon the bed. And again, departing from the coasts of Tyre and Zidon, he came unto the Sea of Galilee, through the midst of the coasts of Decapolis. And they bring unto him one that was deaf, and had an impediment in his speech. And they beseech him to put his hand upon him. And he took him aside from the multitude, and put his fingers into his ears, and he spit, and touched his tongue. And looking up to heaven, he sighed, and saith unto him, Ephphatha, that is, be opened. And straightway his ears were opened, and the string of his tongue was loosed, and he spake plain. And he charged them that they should tell no man. But the more he charged them, so much the more a great deal they published it, and were beyond measure astonished, saying, He hath done all things well. He maketh both the deaf to hear, and the dumb to speak.
The universe is calling you. The universe is calling me. It speaks both day and night. It's full of dark and light. And I've heard others call from light years away, and they're real and they're here. Space and time are instantly clear. Planets spin, grids in place. We can travel through space. Fields and forms, math and voids. It all sings with one voice. It's boundaries set, foundations laid. was her matter made. Solar systems from afar, names and numbers for the stars, and I've heard others call from light years away, and they're real and they're here. Space and time are instantly clear. Planets spin, grids in place. We can travel through space. It's the Lord's.
Hello? Yeah, there it is. I always get the wrong one. I don't know why. Alright, now David will be able to, Taz will be able to see me there. Alright, let me get back up there. Alright, there I am. Alright, so every night, this is day 15, I think. And so let me make sure. Yeah, February 28th, day 15. That was Mark 6 and 7. Tomorrow night is day 16, March 1st. And then that'd be 8 through 10. Yeah, so it'd be Mark 8 through 10. My website right there is www.errtradio.com. And if you go there, scroll all the way down to the bottom, hit that like button, as Dick has and a few others have. But you subscribe to my YouTube channel, obviously, because that's how you know that I'm on. And I think you did. I seen that you did. And then you can look at my website, and I can post different videos on there that sometimes YouTube won't let me play because of copyright content or whatever. But sometimes I can play them on my site, and it's not an issue on my site. Because I don't run the hosting, but I run the site. So, anyway, that's part of my fun that I do. And I'm not in any competition with anybody. I'm just on my own, doing my own thing, having my own fun, and enjoying what I can of this life that we have here. And hopefully I can make somebody else enjoy something, enjoy something of what I'm sharing. The people that I have, like the musicians that are on there, I have talked with most of them, or at least the people that are in charge of letting me use their stuff. Anyway, so I've got permission to use the music on there. And then if you look at the under the Sky Tour Live Radio, that's Mark D'Antonio. Right underneath that, there's some, and thank you, Dick, for liking and sharing. That's important. It helps my numbers. Even one like and one share, it's amazing how that helps numbers. But Mark D'Antonio is an astronomer. He's in Connecticut. And right underneath that big picture that shows Sky Tour Live Radio on KGRE Radio. I know it's confusing a little bit. Too many radio stuff. ERRT Radio, and then, yeah, I know. But I enjoy sharing other people's great information and things like that. And so Mark has agreed to let me share his shows on my page, and on my YouTube channel I have some of his video on there, and amazing stuff. I mean, I don't know how you explain. He can make ice be interesting. I don't know how, but he can make astronomy really interesting. And just listen to him in just one show, and you'd be like, wow. And he's on KGRA Radio at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You can, but then then you're not socializing. You gotta get out and socialize, which you do that quite a bit with the gold guys. No, I think you can. Yeah. I enjoyed able to, at least I can bring this to anyone that might want to listen and watch and read along, and if you want to talk about what you just read, that's fine. I don't know about this time of the night for us, but if we wanted to talk later at a different day about what you read, that's fine. I like it. Hopefully I can read along with a number of different people that are reading it. Even if somebody comes back and looks at this later and, oh, that's cool, and then they're reading it. They're still reading it with me, or I'm reading it with them. It's kind of a joint effort to bring joy to somebody. And speaking of that, I had a thing, Galatians 5:22 talks about the fruits of the Spirit. I have a little thing I do, fruit of the day. And starting with Sunday, and that only goes through 7 of them, because there's only 7 days, right? So you get 2 left over, which is good. Well, now, Taz, here's what, okay, you don't have to go out and buy a copy of the Bible. Actually, on my YouTube channel, I already gone through the first 4 Gospels already on there. And I've gone through the book of Proverbs as well. Okay. So, which I actually finished that up today. So, if you wanted to just read along with what I'm doing, then this is the King James Version of the Bible, and somebody was nice enough to spend I don't know how many hours to sit there and read the Bible to us, to whoever wants to do it, whoever wants to listen to it. But the nice thing is you don't have to turn the page turns itself. I loaded up. You don't have to do anything but turn on the computer and log on to my channel and say, yeah, okay, I can just sit here and listen. If you don't want to read, you don't have to read. If you just want to listen, you can listen. The King James Version is an English translation, an Old English translation. They have the New King James Version, which is a little bit more modern English, and maybe a little bit easier to understand for some. But I prefer the old King James. Just kind of what I'm used to. So, and then I think Dick uses a couple of different ones, but I think he likes the NIV sometimes. New International Version. That one has some problems. I have some problems with that one. Just with some things that are left out, or some things that aren't fully explained in some of the verses. And, but, you know, each person has their own way of understanding the different versions. If you go back and look at some of my videos that I already did, actually, if you see on my site, hold on a second. Okay, don't go anywhere yet. I want to look up the, on my site I have a link for the Old Testament and New Testament Bible. Okay, and you can scroll down. After you hit the like button, make sure you scroll down to the bottom, hit that like button, then come on back up to after the gold stuff, I have Ed on there. I have some other stuff on there, mostly about gold. And then underneath, oh yeah, right under the music, and then you got the Holy Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. This is the video ones exactly, okay? So you can go to my site. Now it's waiting to load. Why is it taking so long to load? Oh. Okay, it's already, all the videos are loading up. But okay, so I already shared this with you a minute ago, but here it is again. Go to that site, and you can scroll down to the like button rather. Then you look for the Holy Bible. It'll say OT for Old Testament, and it'll say NT for New Testament. Now that you can look at each video for each book. Okay, I loaded this up to my own website, to my own server. Okay, so I took the time to load it up, which really didn't take long at all, except I had to download all the videos. and then I had to load it up to the server, which that takes time. So, but it's there on my server for as long as they allow me to do that, and that depends on all the different copyright laws and everything like that, which I don't understand when you're talking about social media. And social, you're supposed to be sharing. Social media was designed to share. Social media was first set up, MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter, and everything was set up, designed to share content. Okay? Now, of course, if you share it wrongly, or if you share it to abuse it, or if you share it to hurt somebody, then that's a whole different deal. But if you're sharing it, like I share music on there, I share the Bible videos on there for the books of the Bible. I share astronomy pictures up there. I share other content on there that I have permission to share. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to take anybody's money. I'm not trying to take anybody's fun away. I'm trying to expand the fun that they have. Okay? And thank you for that video you shared the other day with the total weight. Yes, you had that contest. That was pretty cool. What was his name? John Wolf won the, see, I paid attention. John Wolf won the contest at, what, 2.16, I think it was? Or 2.17. See, I pay attention to what people say. Now, what I want to do is be able to share more content of many people. If you have a gold video you want me to share and you're able to share it with me and you want to share it with me, I'm more than happy to share it. Okay, if you have a panning technique you want to show me, or a technique in, I don't know, river sluicing, whatever, send it to my email, errtradio@gmail.com. And then, or if you have a video link that you can share with me, and I can share it on my channel, or, you know, we can share it on my page. Okay? I'll put you in there with the rest of the guys in there. I mean, I think it's great that we can all talk and get together and help each other out, spreading the dream of prospecting. And that's what we should be about. That's what family is about. That's what the Gold family is about. Yep. That's true. And I do. Of course, I can't share my own right now, but I can share it from my other. Actually, I didn't like it and share. I had like it and share it on my own. I forgot to do that myself, but now I can do it. And there it goes. So I do this with my regular name, because then I can actually get a little more watch time. Okay, and there it goes. Now I just posted that on, but then I lost the live feed, and yet there it is. I don't know why it does it. It cuts out. But, okay, Taz, so now if you wanted to take a look at the Gospel of Mark so far, then you go to that reading on my page there, okay, on that website there, and you scroll down to where the Gospel of Mark is in the New Testament Bible. and then you can read through, if you wanted to read all the way through again, tonight's reading, all the way through to chapter 7, you can go ahead and do that. If you wanted to read ahead, you can read ahead if you can't get there tomorrow night. What do you mean you want to make a difference? I would like to be able to help creators and other YouTubers with, you know, using some of the videos like Mike Pung. I put his videos up on my channel, and he said I could do that and share his videos, and I think it's important. Like I said, to help spread to help spread the information and the prospecting story and life, you know, trying to get it out there, you know, to more people. See, that's my point. And it's not to help, not to hurt anybody, it's to help. You know, whoever is trying to do a good prospecting job and trying to get their information out there, I'm more than willing to help spread that news or spread that word and get it out there. Yeah, that's a little hard to do that. I don't know why, you know, like some people might say that, you know, this radio thing is a competition thing. No, it's not. You know how big the internet is? Do you know how big, even though we get a lot of people on this planet, it's a pretty big place, okay? There is a lot of stuff going on the internet that I don't even get to see. But yet it's still there. And I have no competition with them. I have no, I'm not hurting what they're doing. They're not hurting what I'm doing. But yet we're all trying to get our information out there. And so, I think if we could all learn how to share what we do, you know, I think it would be a better internet, for one. It would be more of a family type of situation where, you know, like how you go on and talk with Ed, like you did Tuesday night there. You talked with Ed, with Dennis. You know, that was great. If more people would do that, and they had something important to say, you know, or if they had something to teach somebody, you know, okay, well, let's make March. I asked a question today in another stream. Some astronomer friends of mine, and I was over there on the moon place on P&K space imaging. I'll type it in here and you can look it up. And it's actually on my website. But anyway, yeah, it's actually on my website. You can get the actual website for this there. Okay, on YouTube. Okay, so you can look that up. That's not the actual link, but you can look that up. Or you can go to my website and click on the link for B&K Space Imaging. And he has some incredible images of the moon the scope is in Miami, Florida, and the one guy helps run the chat and the YouTube channel from Northeast somewhere. I can't remember where he said. He told me, and he says it, and I can't remember now. But anyway, Paul is in Miami, and Keith is in Northeast. I know that. And then Bill New York Skywatcher, he's the producer on KGRA that lets me play Mark's show. And that song that I have at the end of the Bible reading. And, but, see, now, Bill knows that I don't mean any harm when I'm doing this work that I'm doing. And some of the KGRA staff, Grace Hobbs is another producer. He's number 2 guy in the producing command, and both of them, Bill and Grace, like what I'm doing, and they allow me to play Mark's show on my website. They allow me to play Mark's content on my channel, and then I plan on talking to more hosts that are on KGRA radio and hoping to share some of their stories and their shows on my channel and on my show. And it's amazing. And that's what I'm talking about, sharing and being, like you're talking about, being more social, being, you know, with prospecting, with different radio shows. And there's a lot that we can do if we work together and reach more people. I still believe, even though you're in Australia, we still have the ability to use the word of mouth. Okay? The word of mouth is still a huge deal. Okay? Word of mouth can be with the internet, with Facebook Live, with YouTube, you know, with this here. Word of mouth is amazing. And so my object for starting with March, I asked people, okay, well, February's done. Let's make March a better month. What would be one thing that we could do that would make March a better month? Well, one of the things we could do is work together instead of competing against each other or trying to outdo the... I'm not saying we can't have contests. I'm not saying that we can't have some challenging stuff to compete against each other or whatever, but I'm saying as far as working together, let's work on, you know, if we have content that we can share, let's work on sharing that content. Okay? Nobody has a secret that's so secret that we can't figure out the answer. Okay? That's the first thing. If you have an idea that can make someone's prospecting easier, why not share it? Okay? I mean, there is so much gold on this planet Earth that we'll never get it all. The guys in 1849 didn't get it all. What they left behind is what we're getting. And there's still some big stuff out there. We have never found it. Okay? There's a lot of gold available. Very good. Very well. You put it a little better than what I said. But you understand completely what I'm getting at. So I think if we all work together, I mean, after all, we're supposed to be a prospecting family. We're supposed to be a family that's working together, not competing against each other. I understand the competing, like if we're having a gold tally to try to see who can get the most gold, you know, I understand all that. But as far as the prospecting future, if we want to keep it going, and I don't have any kids, I'm not going to have any kids, thank goodness for that. But if we want to keep it going though, well, Taz, some of the stuff you say, I don't understand what you're saying. Like if you say cuss word and you say some kind of slang word that I have no clue what you're talking about. So, it's not really cussing to me if I don't know what you're saying. But, you know, I agree, yeah. Clean up the language a little bit, you know, and have some content that you can work with, that you're willing to share, and that people, you know, everyone can use. All right. So I mean, you know, no, when I show my videos when I walk, you know, it's the same walk every day when I walk. You know, why would anybody tune into that? But why would I show it? I don't have an answer for you, except I like to videotape where I'm walking, and it's fun. And then when I'm driving at the same time, you know, anywhere I drive, you have to drive 30 minutes to go anywhere, you know. Where I live at, it's a 30-minute drive to the nearest town, to the nearest big town, which is 5,000 people. And so when I'm riding, I let my maintenance guy drive the car, so I don't have to drive. I can videotape. I don't like to videotape and drive at the same time. It's so dangerous, especially with the animals out here. And I like to enjoy the video that I'm taking, even though it's just of a field or whatever I'm taking a picture of at the time. But even that's entertaining, isn't it? I mean, I got almost hit by a bunch of birds one time. And the way that looked, incredible. I did get hit one windy day when I got hit by a bunch of birds, about a dozen of them. But the one day when I saw the eagle that was flying, that thing was a baby, but it was still huge. It was 4-foot wingspan, and the thing was a baby. Amazing. But no, so let's work together, Taz. We're going to start doing this right, March 1st right now. And I don't know, do you like music at all? You like music, don't you? I do a little morning radio show at 9 a.m. Central Time, whatever time that is to you. Okay, I'm at 12:20 a.m. now. You're at what time now? You're already in, you're already, almost in Friday already, aren't you? You're a whole day ahead. You're 12:20. You're 12:20 Friday morning already, aren't you? Wait, is that right? What day and time do you have? You got 5:15 p.m. Thursday. Yeah, okay. So you're already the sun setting down almost. Okay, so now when I do my show at 9 a.m. Central, that would be like midnight to you, right? Will you be up in 9 hours? I don't know, 9 hours. No, okay. So, okay, well, anyway, I do a little radio show on Mixler.com, but you can still find it on the, let me get that, actually, if you go to my website has it right there. Go to my website, scroll back up to the top after you hit that like button, right? Make sure you hit that like button on there. And then, if you look at the very top of the page, there's a player right there that says ERRT Radio, Mixer Live Audio. Now, you may or may not need to sign up. Okay? It's free to sign up, though. It doesn't cost anything. And if you click on that ERRT Radio player, then you go to my player page. Okay. And Dick is on there, is his T-Bear. Okay, and then I don't know why I have to follow my own self. That's kind of strange. But you can go to the lower left where it says 1177 show reel items. Click on that and listen to some old shows that I did, that I have done. Okay. So did you, oh yeah, alright. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight, and if you can, I try to be here on time around 11 p.m. Central Time, so usually I'm done by now, but I've been talking all this time. But let's make a deal and try to share our videos as we can. And if you wanted to do like a Facebook Live and be on each other's Facebook page, talking live or whatever, we can do that too. Alright? Alright, thanks a lot, Taz, and we'll catch you next time. But check out that music, and if you want to follow that station, go right ahead, and it'd be great to have you aboard on there. Alright, and we'll talk to you later. Dick, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. I've been on a little bit over an hour. I'm ready to call it a day. Alright, everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.